Hey, this is Jared from Speaking Latino. I put together this quick video to help you figure out how to understand when to accent certain syllables and letters in Spanish. And if you stay tuned towards the end, there's a couple tricks about how to make it a little bit easier for you along the way. I hope to see you back soon. I recently received a message from Ronny who said, I have a hard time hearing the difference between el and hablo y hablo. I think I say it correctly, but my teacher tells me that I stress on the wrong places. I could record myself speaking, but I cannot hear the difference. Do you have any tips to practice? Well, Ronny, written accents are something completely new to us native English speakers, so it's important first to say that your struggle is nothing to worry about. I remember when I learned Spanish, the accent marks were really strange and confusing, both writing them and their pronunciation. Accent marks are just a written representation of a stressed vowel in a syllable of a word. I am sure that your teacher has reviewed with you the rules that tell you whether you write the accent. But we are talking about pronunciation here, not the grammar rules. The fact is that all words have a stressed syllable that we need to pronounce. That is what makes us sound like a human and not like a robot. It helped me when I realized that we also have stressed syllables or pronounced accent marks in English. Yep, we do. Yet most of us never think about them. Why do we never think about them? Of course, it's because we never write the accent marks down over the stressed syllables. Let's take a look for a moment at pronounced accents on letters in English, using the word radio. Now, when we see this word, R-A-D-I-O, most all of us say radio, which is the normal pronunciation. However, we could also say radio or even radio. We don't pronounce the last two options because we all learned and know that the first pronunciation is the correct one. In Spanish, pronouncing a word can actually be easier since words sometimes give us the accent mark as a clue of how to pronounce the word. So in Spanish, an accent mark is used to tell you which syllable should be emphasized when you pronounce the word. Often, words with accent marks also exist written the same way, but without accent marks. So for example, P-A-P-A and P-A-P accented A appear to us English speakers to be the same word. In reality, they are two different words in Spanish with two separate meanings. Let's listen to a few pronunciation examples of an accented word and how it sounds different from the unaccented word with the same spelling. Look at these two sentences and listen to the pronunciations.
Yo compro pan en el supermercado. Juan compró pan en el supermercado.
The same happens here with this second example.
Yo hablo todo el tiempo. Juan habló todo el tiempo.
And here's an example with the letter E.
Dile a Juan que compre 2 libras de pan. Dile a Juan que compré 2 libras de pan.
And here is another E example, although this one is a bit tricky.
El televisor es grande. El televisor grande es de él.
Did you see what happened here? The words el and accented el have the same pronunciation, even though one word is accented and the other is not. Why is this? If you remember, an accent most often lets you know where to pronounce the emphasis on a word. In this last case, though, since the word el only has one syllable, the emphasis, of course, must be on that syllable. So the accent here on the E in accented el has a different purpose, but that's a grammar rule to discuss in a different video. If you still haven't quite picked up how to hear or pronounce words with and without accents, just keep at it. It takes practice, lots and lots of practice. A fun way to learn about accents is to listen to English words you hear throughout the day and think about which syllable is accented when you pronounce it. Another way to learn about accents is to think about all the ways you can pronounce the same word, as we did in our original example, radio, radio, and radio. Once you become aware of how you can stress syllables differently in English words, understanding how to stress syllables in Spanish becomes easier. With that, you are now on your way to mastering Spanish accent pronunciation. Felicitaciones! And if you like this video, please hit subscribe to keep track of new videos as they come out. Hablamos pronto. Ciao.